All right. So what we're going to talk about today is just how we're going to work with factored form and we're going to work in GeoGebra. So if you do not have take a minute and open up GeoGebra. And then what we're going to do is we're going to graph these first two equations right here. Okay. And kind of see what we notice. So we can go to GeoGebra, just start calculator. And remember that there are three menus in GeoGebra. One of them is the algebra one, this is where we enter equations, right? There's also the geometry one, which has all the tools that we can draw on. And then this is spreadsheets, which we're not going to use that much. But here we can type in those equations. Y equals x. Shift 6 is the caret key squared. And then you'll have to arrow to the right a little bit, and then minus 6x plus 8. So that's my first equation there. The next equation we want to graph is y equals, actually, let's back up for a second. So if you click on this, on any object in GeoGebra, then this menu will come up and you can change the color, you can change the style of the line, and you can actually make it really fat. And then you can actually show the value, and then you could change the label to like friend. And so then you can see that this is this equation, friend is y of x equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. Now, if we go back to the syllabus, you can see the next one that I want to graph is this one. Let's try and copy and paste here. That didn't really quite work. Let's see if we can fix this part and graph that one. Now, hey, nothing happened. Well, if these buttons right here, you can turn things on and off. And let's click on this one, and we can change. You'll notice that the line style is different. Maybe change it to that one, just different color. And we're going to show value here, and you'll see that we have, this is the equation y equals x minus 2 times x minus 4. And then I can turn on my other one, and they overlap each other. They're actually the same line, right? And as we look back here, factors of 8 that add to negative 6 are, or factors of positive 8 that add to negative 6 are negative 2 and negative 4. And so this is the factored form. And as we zoom in and look, you'll notice that it crosses the x-axis at positive 2 and positive 4. And because that is what the factored form tells us is the zeros of the equation, where if y was equal to 0 and we solved this equation, our solutions would be positive 2 and positive 4. So factored form tells us our x-intercepts. Okay, let's graph the next equation. So we can go back to the syllabus and grab y equals x squared plus 6x plus 5. So I can just type that in right here, y equals x, shift 6, squared, arrow to the right, plus 6x plus 5. And you can see that, and just by looking at this, you can see my x-intercepts are negative 1 and negative 5. And if I type in the other one from the syllabus, x plus 1, x plus 5, then you can see once again that these are the same equations, right? So turning this one on, that gives me that one. Turning that one on gives me that one. And I can go in and show my values again. And so there's the red one is the expanded form, and the purple one, let's hide this one, and this one is the factored form. Can't quite reach it on there we go. And you can see there's the factored form and expanded form of the same equation. And once again, my x-intercepts are -1 and -5, which match up with these factors. So next, let's go back to the syllabus, and we have this equation right here, x squared minus 7x plus 12. And factors of 12 that add to -7 are -3 and -4. So let's go back here. So I'm going to say y equals x. I'm going to turn off these other graphs for now. X squared minus 7x plus 12. And I have that graph right there. And then factors of 12 that add to -7 are y equals -3 and x minus 4. And you can see once again that my x-intercepts are 3 and 4. So finally, I want you to think about where would the equation x squared plus x minus 12 cross the x-axis? Well, the key to that is going to be the factored form. And the factors of -12 that add to +1 are +4 and -3. We'll look kind of back here real quick. You can see these are my factors, right? So my y-intercepts are going to be at -4, 0, and 3, 0. So let's try that real quick. Check it on the graph. So we can turn these off. And zoom out a little bit. And you can see my intercepts are at, whoops, that was supposed to be plus x. My x-intercepts are at, and you can see them pop up right there. Cool. So the only other thing I want to point out real quick. So factored form tells us the x-intercepts and or the roots, right? Roots, zero, solutions, those are all the same thing. Factored form or expanded form tells us the y-intercept. So here, for example, the y-intercept is -12. If I turn on this one, my y-intercept is +12, right there. Y-intercept +12. If I turn on this one, I can see that my y-intercept is +5. And finally, which matches up here in this equation. And finally, you can see that this one goes across at +8. Anyway, I hope this was fun and exciting, and that you gained a little bit of insight into GeoGebra as a pretty powerful tool. And yeah, let's see if I can turn this off now.